They say the past is a place we visit, not a place we live. But what if the past is more than a memory? What if it's a gift, wrapped in lessons, growth, and untapped wisdom? What if everything we've been through wasn't meant to break us, but to shape us, to prepare us for who we are becoming? Think about it. Every challenge, every triumph, every tear shed in silence, they all carry meaning. They all whisper truths about our resilience, about the strength we didn't even know we had. Yet we often see the past as a weight, a burden. We carry regrets like anchors and cling to mistakes as if they define us. But what if we let go of the guilt and shame? What if we reframe the past not as something to run from, but as something to honor? Each stumble taught us balance. Each loss taught us love. Each failure, it taught us how to rise. Nature has always understood this truth. The tree doesn't curse the storm that bent its branches. It grows stronger roots. The river doesn't fight the rocks in its path. It carves a way through. Even the seasons remind us that nothing is wasted. Winter's cold gives way to spring's renewal, and what falls eventually nourishes new life. The same is true for us. The past is a cycle, a rhythm, a source of growth if we choose to see it that way. Every scar is a chapter of a story only you can tell, and every memory, whether painful or joyful, is a brushstroke in the masterpiece that is your life. So, ask yourself, what has the past given you? Not what it took, but what it left behind. What wisdom lies in those moments you thought you'd never survive? What beauty remains in the spaces where you once felt broken? The past is not a burden, it's a gift. Open it, embrace it, and let it guide you, not as something to fear, but as a foundation for your future. Because everything you've been through has prepared you for everything you're becoming. The past isn't always kind. Sometimes it's a collection of wounds, scars left by pain, loss, or mistakes. And for many, those memories are too heavy to hold, too sharp to touch. We bury them deep, convincing ourselves they'll fade if we don't look. But the truth is, what we suppress doesn't disappear. It lingers, waiting to be acknowledged, whispering in the quiet moments of our lives. Psychologists have long studied the effects of suppressing painful memories, and the evidence is clear. Avoidance only amplifies the impact. Traumas pushed aside can manifest as anxiety, depression, or even physical symptoms. Like shadows at dusk, they stretch and distort, growing larger the longer we refuse to face them. But here's the paradox. What we fear most, our shadows, hold the key to our freedom. The parts of ourselves we hide are often the very parts that need our love and attention. Confronting them is not an act of weakness. It's an act of courage. This is the essence of shadow work, a process of turning toward the darkness within us, not to fight it, but to understand it. Imagine walking through a forest at night. The shadows feel alive, threatening, but when you shine a light, you realize they're just branches, trees, the same forest you'd find beautiful in daylight. Your shadows are the same, parts of your story, waiting to be seen for what they really are. Let me tell you about Maya. She grew up in chaos, parents who fought, a childhood filled with fear. For years, she carried that pain like an invisible weight, refusing to revisit the memories. But as she got older, the effects became impossible to ignore. Sleepless nights, failed relationships, a constant sense of unworthiness. One day, Maya decided to stop running. She sought therapy, journaled her pain, and began to piece together the story of her life. She realized that the anger she held wasn't just about her parents. It was about her unmet need for safety. And the shame she felt wasn't hers to carry. It was inherited from others' failures. It wasn't easy. There were tears, days she wanted to give up, but as she faced her shadows, something incredible happened. She found herself. She saw her strength, her resilience, and her capacity to love herself despite her past. Maya didn't erase her pain, she transformed it into power. This is the gift of facing your shadows. It's not about perfection or erasing the past. It's about integration, about accepting every piece of who you are and realizing that even your scars are part of your beauty. When you face your shadows, you reclaim your story. You step out of the darkness, not as a victim, but as the author of your life. So, don't run from your past. Don't fear the shadows. Shine a light on them. Because when you do, you'll find that even in the darkest places, there is growth, there is healing, and there is hope.